of the Departmental Citation has also been selected as a finalist for the University Medal. This award is given each year to the graduating senior who best embodies the highest ideals of the UC Berkeley. Candidates for this medal, which was established in 1871, must have overcome significant challenges, had an impact on the lives of others, and carry a GPA of 3.96 or higher. I'd like to call forward this year's recipient of the Departmental Citation, Kyrie Srinivasan. Nation's leading voices for people living with autism, and his career at UC Berkeley has had all the hallmarks of the kind of career worthy of the Departmental Citation. Outstanding grades, transformative scholarship, inspiring social activism, and brilliant cultural contributions. At the Daily Cow, for example, he is inspiring thousands of people. In his research, Kyrie showed individuals with ASD actually experience deeper awe than neurotypical individuals. His findings on ASD and empathy are revolutionary. It's widely assumed in the field those individuals with ASD have deficits in their understanding of others' feelings. The measures and tests of his assumptions, though, are flawed. To provide a more rigorous test of this thinking, Kyrie developed a novel measure of empathy, first of its kind in the field, to capture how people label with words and situations of other people's emotional facial expressions and vocalizations. In this study, he's finding minimal differences between individuals with ASD and matched neurotypical participants in terms of the recognition of emotion, but clear differences in how individuals with ASD report more distress and concern in reaction to others' emotional displays. His work is already transformative. Kyrie has contributed to the university outside the classroom as well. He's a writer for the Daily Cow. He has facilitated a decal class on autism spectrum disorder, and he remained a vocal advocate for individuals with ASD. He has already enhanced the lives of individuals with ASD through scholarship, writing, speaking, and advocacy. Next year, he will receive $90,000 as a prestigious Paul and Daisy Soros Fellow to fund his PhD studies in neuroscience at Vanderbilt University. Kyrie's nominators sum him up in this way: he will change the world. Congratulations, Kyrie. I'm not going to let Kyrie sit down just yet, as his last duty goes in hand in hand with the Departmental Citation Award. By tradition, the winner of this award delivers the undergraduate commencement address. Kyrie, your classmates await your words of wisdom.
Everyone standing in front of all your audience is not easy for me. Thank you for your patience. My autism comes with lesser speaking ability. I am going to continue with my task to speech was now, otherwise we may be here all day, years and to my delightful voice. LOL.
Today I want to talk about possibility. You see, someone with my level of challenges was never expected to even aspire to higher education. But it is because I saw myself as possibility, as did a few others around me, that allowed the doors of opportunity to open. Only when you see possibility will your mind start thinking of opportunities, which leads to action to get those doors of opportunity to open. For me, it was the opportunity of inclusion, of education, of personal growth. It was the opportunity to be a contributing member of society. It was the opportunity of belonging where I can be seen as having worth simply for how I am, rather than what I can contribute economically. It was the opportunity to make an impact on the world around me. It started with possibility. My success at Cal is due in large part to the psychology faculty and staff seeing possibility in me. Thank you. No one said no, which makes for a world of difference. Professor Hinshaw, thank you for the opportunity of letting me run the Autism Decal. Professor Keltner, thank you for the opportunity to grow in research with your awesome mentorship. Thank you, psychology faculty, for the opportunity of a nurturing and transformational educational experience. I want all of you, my fellow students, to see yourselves as possibility too, and see the doors of opportunities it will open up for not just you, but lead to a wide-ranging impact on our society. While our experiences may not be identical, at Cal we got amazing academics, wonderful non-judgmental peers, and we're encouraged to venture out and be part of the change we want to see in the world. Even small pebbles of possibility contribute to widening the ripples in the pond of change. A Berkeley degree will bring you a seat at many tables, but we need to go beyond and work on redefining the table itself. A fair and inclusive society, nourishing the planet we call home, does not have to be a myth. We need to actively look for possibilities and turn those into the opportunity of a better tomorrow. I hope in our lives we truly get to match our passion or vocation with our vocation. This is not the end. I am possibility. You are possibility. We are possibility.
Congratulations, class of 2022.
Student Award recipients. Woo! Thank you, Stephen. Okay, we turn now to our faculty commencement speaker, our keynote faculty address. By tradition, this speaker is selected by the undergraduate students. This year, the students chose to honor Professor Dacher Keltner. Professor Keltner is a member of our social personality psychology area. He founded the Greater Good Science Center. He and his students study fascinating topics such as the experience of awe, the perils and benefits of power, and how our emotions can unite us in powerful ways. Professor Keltner also teaches one of the most popular courses in our department and on campus as a whole, Human Happiness, in which he explores the science and meaning of happiness. Please join me in welcoming your selected speaker, Professor Keltner.
Thank you. Thank you for being here. Life as a story of awe. Colleagues in psychology, friends and family members, and graduates, 2020, 2021, and 22. What a privilege it is to address you here in this sublime Greek theater. 38 years ago, I sat in an audience at my own graduation near a still lagoon on a hot day at UC Santa Barbara, feeling so very strange, as you likely do today. So many mysteries. What would I do in life? Where would I live? Would I fall in love? What is the point of it all? Family members of our Berkeley grads, I join you today in those similar feelings of mystery, wondering, and awe. My daughter, Serafina, is sitting here with your classmates and graduates. Thank you. I, like you, am astonished at the passage of time, how a child comes out of the womb and before you know it is uttering sentences mostly critical of her parents, riding bikes, rising in protest during the stormy teens, and in a blink of eye, graduating from the greatest university in the world. Graduations unite us in shared experiences of awe, the feeling of encountering vast mysteries we don't immediately understand. Belinda Campos experienced this at her graduation from Berkeley before becoming one of the first Latina professors of psychology in the UC. Here is her story of awe. There were so many sacrifices, individual and collective, that made it possible for someone like me to be up on this stage that day. The chain of life and sacrifice seemed to stretch for generations and span countless people. The urgency of need for a better, more equal world fills me with a feverish wonder and reminds me that anything anyone does is a part of the grander human experience. Such a Berkeley story of awe. 15 years ago, my students in Berkeley, like Maria Monroy and Hari Srinivasan, and I began to study awe around the world. Where do we find this emotion? In engaging with the 8 wonders of life, which include the kindness and courage of others, collective movement, nature, music, art, mystical feeling, the cycle of life, and big ideas. This graduation, right here in the Greek Theater, is so filled with these 8 wonders of life. How does awe transform us? By quieting the self-critical, status-conscious voice of ourself and empowering us to collaborate and to open our minds to the deep patterns of life. Why awe? Because in our evolution, awe made us stronger collectively in encounters with threats, and because in the terms of thriving right now, awe brings us community and healthier bodies and minds. Graduates, there are hints in this new science of awe for you as you begin to write this next chapter of the story of your life. The first is this. Allow yourself a moment each day for everyday awe. In a friend's generosity to an unhoused individual in the streets, the symphonies of laughter of children, and sensing how trees communicate with one another through networks under the ground. So much of life is wonder-filled, as indigenous philosophies thousands of years old, Walt Whitman, the environmentalist Rachel Carson remind us of. A second clue is connect to things larger than yourself. For the great American 19th century writer, Ralph Waldo Emerson, like for many of us here at Berkeley, it was nature. Here is his awe story. In the woods, we return to reason and faith. There I feel that nothing can befall me in life, no disgrace, no calamity, that nature cannot prepare. Standing on the bare ground, and I would say standing in the Greek Theater, my head bathed by the blithe air and uplifted into infinite space, all mean egotism vanishes. Mean egotism is a defining social ill of our times and fuels racism, polarization, hate crimes, and carbon-emitting consumerism. Awe quiets mean egotism and opens us up to what a person of courage and kindness, Jane Goodall suggested, was the heart of the meaningful life, being amazed at things outside of yourself. As you move into this next chapter of your life, notice when you are amazed by things outside of yourself. It will point you like a compass to grander meanings you are meant to be part of. It may be the urge for equality, or reducing the harm perpetrated against the 2 million incarcerated people in the United States, or the beauty of a scientific finding, or the transcendent joy of friends eating together, or at a picnic, or united in protest, or dance. All will connect you to your purpose in life, what Greek philosophers called eudaimonia, how to apply your unique talents and passions to make our world better. A third and final clue, embrace mystery. Here are the words of Einstein. The most beautiful experience we can have is the mysterious. It is the fundamental emotion which stands at the cradle of true art and science. Awakening from a dream while sleeping on a bank near a river in Chile, Charles Darwin discovered the greatest mystery for him, the evolution of life itself, a final story of awe, in Darwin's words. It is interesting to contemplate a tangled bank clothed with many plants of many kinds, with birds singing on the bushes, with various insects flitting about, with worms crawling through the damp earth, and to reflect that these elaborately constructed forms, so different from each other and dependent upon one another, there is grandeur in this view of life. From so simple a beginning, endless forms, most beautiful and most wonderful, have been and are being evolved. There are no firm answers to the mysteries you will encounter. What is life? Why do people we love so leave this earth? What is the point of my short time here in this history of endless forms, most beautiful? In moving into these mysteries, though, we find hints, suggestions, directions, pointing to what the great writer Toni Morrison said is the point of life, allowing goodness its own speech. Today, though, the power of awe is imperiled by COVID, the murder of George Floyd, the recent Buffalo shooting, hate crimes against our Asian American citizens, the January 6th insurrection, autocrats like Putin, the burning of the Amazon, and violent attacks on reason by bankrupt ideas like replacement theory, and forgive the opinion, a reactionary Supreme Court profoundly out of touch with the spirit of progress of American people. You will change this. You're graduates of Berkeley, the University of Fiat, a university of wonder and awe, of free speech, the idea of parks for everyone, gene editing and Shakespeare's humanity, Nobel Prizes, and people like Srinivasan. We know the lives of you Berkeley graduates will be stories of awe. You will teach and become scientists and therapists, rock stars and best-selling authors, Supreme Court justices and environmentalists, food, tech, and healthcare revolutionaries. You will find meaningful work and fall in love, and for many, watch your own children enter into the world. And someday, you may be sitting right here in this Greek theater as a parent watching your own child get a Berkeley degree. Like me. My whole body is one goosebump. Thank you, Serafina. Thank you, Cal grads. We faculty members on this stage and your GSIs feel awe to have watched you move through your careers here in Berkeley Psychology. Imagine what you will do. As you move forward in life, all of us, those endless chains of people who are with you, are so very proud of you. Move forward to wander and wonder and throw yourself into the mysteries of life. It is all so very remarkable. We know you, Cal grads, will change the world for the better in ways we cannot even imagine, that are mysterious now, and that will leave all of us saying, whoa. Congratulations, Cal grads. We love you all.
One large goosebump, I love that. Yeah. Okay, at this point in our program, I just want to diverge a moment from